All right, hi guys, and I want to give a big thank you to those who have joined my pro site. I hope you're enjoying the extra discussions of weather events, and I hope you also enjoy this video that I'm making today. So today I am going to be talking about the winter outlook for the 2021 and 2022 winter season. And so I'm going to get right into this, starting with this map, which shows the temperature anomaly across the oceans. Temperature anomaly meaning, is the temperature above normal or is it below normal? So the yellows and reds on this map are showing you where temperatures are above normal, and then the blues are showing you where the temperature is below normal. And on this map, I want you to pay particular attention to the South Pacific Ocean, specifically this area right here. So what you're seeing there is a big area of blue, right? And so that indicates that this part of the Pacific Ocean is trending towards below normal temperatures. And so this would be what is often referred to as a La Nina. Now, technically, the La Nina has not started yet because they have specific cutoffs for how cold the water has to be before they officially declare it to be a La Nina. But we are very close right now to seeing a La Nina begin. And so this is actually very similar to what we saw last year. Last year during the winter season, there was a La Nina as well. Now, when we have a La Nina, that means that that ocean water is colder than normal. And so that means the air above it will also be slightly colder than normal. And so this means that we'll get sinking air over this area of the ocean. And that sinking air means that there'll be a high pressure over that part of the ocean. And those of you that know weather well, you'll know that around a high pressure, you get clockwise circulation. And so that means the winds around this high are going to be like this. And so this is going to have a strong effect on the weather of North America, or more specifically, the United States. And we're going to look specifically at how that is going to affect the Ohio Valley. All right, so let's now move on to the next map. And so this map is kind of zooming in on what I just showed you. This dark blue line that you see here represents the polar jet stream, which is often called the polar vortex. And as I was already showing, I am expecting strong high pressure over the Pacific Ocean. And so this strong high pressure will likely push the polar jet stream very far to the north over here in the Pacific Ocean. Now, one thing that this is going to do, this is going to pull warmer temperatures up towards the Pacific Northwest and also lots of rain. So up here, they can expect warmer than normal temperatures and rain. But notice what happens as we get around this high, then the polar jet stream will tend to dip back down into the central United States and then off towards the Atlantic Ocean. This is very similar again to the setup that we saw last year. And of course, along this jet stream here, this is where you're going to see most of the snowstorms setting up initially. In fact, they are expecting some snow out here in the mountainous areas of the Rockies this week. So not that I expect that to come to the Ohio Valley anytime soon, but winter is already starting out there in the West. All right, so the one thing that we have that's going to affect our weather again is the La Nina. And again, that's very similar to what we saw last year. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So another thing to look at are these things that meteorologists call them teleconnections. These teleconnections are connections between different parts of the world, and they are temperature connections basically. So this one is called the PNA, and the PNA stands for the Pacific North American Teleconnection. And so this specifically looks mainly at the Western United States. When we come above this dotted line, that means the Western United States has above normal temperatures. When we're below this, we're looking at below normal temperatures. So you can see right now, here we are, the September 16th, and this comes up to October 1st. Right now, we're trending negative on the PNA. But around October 1st, we're expecting that this is going to start going positive again, which means that the Western United States is going to be warmer than normal. So if we look at this next map, you can see how that adjusts what we just saw. With a positive PNA, that's going to actually make this high pressure even stronger. And you can see then what it does is it pushes the polar jet stream more over the central United States. This is really similar now to what we saw last year. Last year, we had slightly above average snowfall in the Ohio Valley, and that was mainly because of these frequent Alberta clippers coming down from Canada. And it looks like we could have a similar situation coming. I don't think this is going to happen anytime soon, but perhaps towards the end of October, we could start seeing this type of situation. And notice also how this makes the polar jet stream drop down further over the eastern United States. And this is typical. When you see warmer temperatures out west, you often see colder temperatures in the east at the same time. And it looks like that is what may happen. So based on this, it looks like we could get a good bit of snow from Alberta clippers along with colder than normal temperatures. Now, but that's not the only thing to consider, so let's keep going. So one of the other teleconnections is called the NAO, or the North Atlantic Oscillation. And this looks at how the temperature changes in the North Atlantic Ocean. So same thing here, when we're above the dotted line, the North Atlantic is warmer than normal. When we're below the dotted line, the North Atlantic is colder than normal. And so you can see we've been trending for the last few weeks above normal, but right now the NAO is trending below normal, or what we would call a negative NAO. And you can see by October, it's going to be very negative. Then it may come back up slightly, but I'm thinking that may stay negative. So what are the effects of that? All right, so if we look over here, look in the North Atlantic, when you have a negative NAO, this gives us another high pressure now over the North Atlantic. And so you can see what has happened to the polar jet stream. You have these big waves now. And so not only would this give us frequent Alberta clippers coming down from Canada, but now over on the east side, if we have a negative NAO, that would give us a setup for nor'easters that would come up along the jet stream here along the east coast of the United States. And so here in the Ohio Valley, we would be affected by both of those things. So that means we could see frequent Alberta clippers that bring us snow as they come across the Great Lakes, but then we could also see nor'easters coming up the East Coast. Both of those will result in more snow for the Ohio Valley. So to sum this up, for my 2021-22 winter outlook, La Nina is likely, although it hasn't officially happened yet. Normally in a La Nina year, the Ohio Valley can expect colder than normal temperatures. It also looks like we're trending towards a positive PNA, which would also cause us to have colder than normal temperatures and would also give us more snow because of frequent Alberta clippers coming down from Canada. And lastly, it looks like we are trending towards a negative NAO, which means that the polar jet stream is going to come up along the east coast of the United States, which could give us nor'easters, which for the Ohio Valley, once again, could mean more snow. So this is my first video for the winter outlook for this year. I'm going to do another one at the end of October, and then I'll do another one at the end of November as we update this. But for now, this is what I'm thinking. Again, if you haven't joined my pro site, I hope you can join it soon. You'll get more updates like this if you do, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.